The first time the female prisoner was brought into the warden's office, she saw him leisurely take off his coat, then open a hidden door, and motion for her to go into the bedroom inside. Yevgenia knew that no one here could defy the warden's will. Resistance would only bring harsher punishment. After a moment's hesitation, she stepped inside, voluntarily removing her outer garment, ready to endure whatever was to come. But to her surprise, the warden didn't make any further demands. He simply asked Yevgenia to lie down beside him, and promised he wouldn't take any liberties. And that's exactly what happened. All night long, the warden simply held her close as they slept peacefully. Yevgenia had once been an ordinary woman, but she lost her husband and daughter in a car accident, and was sentenced to 14 years in prison. When she first entered prison, she had completely lost all hope in the world. She refused to eat, hoping to end it all that way, but the guards would not let her have her way. Whenever she grew so hungry she could barely hold on, they would pin her to the ground, and force a tube into her mouth to feed her liquid food. Just as Yevgenia was being tormented to the point of breaking, a woman's voice came from the cell next door, and what followed gave Yevgenia a reason to go on living.
Я могу помочь вам убежать. Я знаю как. Я могу доверять вам.
Как сбежать?
Я должна быть уверена, что могу доверять вам. Вы должны сделать то, что я скажу.
Yana told Yevgenia that after losing one's old sense of purpose, one must always find a new one. Otherwise, one would die soon enough. After a while of talking, Yevgenia finally opened up, explaining that she had lost her husband and daughter in a car accident, but the real culprit had bribed everyone to frame her for the crime, and she was sentenced to 14 years. What was even more terrifying was that Yana actually knew the names of Yevgenia's daughter and husband. Yevgenia immediately grew wary and asked who she really was. Yana didn't explain much, only telling her that if she wanted to get out and seek revenge, she'd have to prove she was willing to do anything. After being released from solitary confinement, Yevgenia was assigned to the sewing workshop. She hadn't fully recovered yet, and felt completely drained. But before long, the guard suddenly escorted her to the warden's office. This warden appeared gentle, but in reality, he treated the entire prison as his personal harem. He knew that Yevgenia had bitten the rich kid, and he also knew she'd had a run-in with the German guy. So, in a tone that was half threatening and half coaxing, he said that if Yevgenia obeyed him, he might help her secure early parole in the future. But his real condition was that Yevgenia spend the night with him. Surprisingly, however, the warden did not assault her. He merely asked Yevgenia to drink, undress, and lie down beside him. He promised not to touch her, asking only that she sleep with her back to him, saying that was the only way he could fall asleep. The next day, the warden even deliberately had her tell others that she had slept with him. This way, Yevgenia would be tacitly recognized as his woman within the prison. She was then sent to Yana's workshop, and officially became Yana's assistant. Yevgenia thought she had passed the test, and immediately pressed for details on the escape plan. But Yana said that to get out of here, the courage to spend just one night with the warden was nowhere near enough. Yana then led her to a secret door in the room. Behind it lay a tunnel. It turned out this room was right up against the prison wall. Yana had been digging along the main water supply pipe for 4 years, and had already dug 27 meters. But the soil was too hard, and there was little air inside, so she could only dig for a maximum of 2 hours each day. Now that Yevgenia was helping, the two of them could take turns providing cover, and continue digging outward. As long as they could break through the remaining distance, they would have a chance to escape this prison.